It's that spooky time of year again, where all the little ghosts and ghoulies start appearing at our doors, asking for candy. But what does this mean for those of us that would rather lock our doors, turn off the lights, and play with some seriously spooky internet spaceships? Well, I have good news, folks. The Crimson Harvest has returned for another year, containing more skill points, more skins, more combat and exploration sites, and of course, more death and destruction. The Crimson Harvest will once again see the Order of the Tetramon and Blood Raiders factions go head to head, encouraging you to side with one or the other in order to reap the event rewards. I'll go more in depth into what gameplay elements this event introduces in a moment, but to give you a real high-level overview of the event, as a Capsuleer, you're given the option to side with either the Blood Raiders or the Order of Tetramon. Once you have chosen your faction, you're encouraged to scour New Eden in search of either combat sites or hacking sites for your chosen faction. These sites can be found in high-sec, low-sec, null-sec, wormholes, and even Pochvan. Completing them earns you points, which in turn unlocks unique ship skins, boosters, a large number of skill points, and more. You're free to run either faction's sites, but you'll only get points for completing your chosen faction's tasks. The added twist is that you have to compete with others to complete these sites. Oh, and I nearly forgot to mention, during the event, loot drops from PvP have been increased to 90%, up from the usual 50%. This means there's going to be a lot more bloodthirsty gankers out there waiting to gank you. Now that you know what the event is all about, let's take a closer look at what we actually have to do to get these points, starting with the combat sites. Each faction offers 2 combat tasks. The first is to enter a set number of sites, and the second is to kill a number of opposing faction ships within these sites. In order to find these sites, you just need to open the probe scanner and keep your eyes peeled for either a Tetramon base or a Crimson Gauntlet. These sites can spawn all over New Eden, so you can decide where you want to start your search. Now, these sites consist of 3 pretty terrifying waves. Each wave has a mixture of frigates, destroyers, cruisers, and battle cruisers, with the final wave always containing a battleship to signify the end of the site. The reason I say these waves are kinda terrifying is because once you start the site, it's almost impossible to warp off. Numerous enemy ships have warp disruptors, tracking disruptors, webs, painters, and newts. In addition to this, you also have to be able to dish out more damage to the final battleship than any other Capsuleer in the site in order to get credit for the kill. The extreme amount of damage and E-War means your best bet to run these sites solo is with a Marauder in order to stay alive, though I've seen other players have success with a Praxis. It's also possible to run these sites in a well-fit T3 or Assault Cruiser, but I can't say I've done enough testing or research to confirm this. Not only are you grinding for points in these sites, but you're also getting some pretty reasonable loot whilst doing it. Make sure to bring a mobile tractor unit along to easily gather up and check those wrecks. Now, let's take a look at those hacking sites. The hacking sites definitely take more time to find than their combat counterparts, but are significantly easier for a solo player to complete, and even offer more points for completed tasks. Points are given for finding and probing down Tetramon and Crimson Harvest network nodes and hubs, as well as hacking the caches within the sites. These sites require a data scanner and are a little tougher than your average data site, so fit accordingly. Once you've scanned down the site, warp to it and hack the cache like you would in any other relic or data site, and just like that, you'll have your loot. I should probably also mention that if you're a glutton for punishment, then low-sec's Derelict and Blood Raider occupied Delve offer up even greater rewards for those who dare brave it. The final feature of the event is the 90% loot chance increase. Now, this one is fairly self-explanatory. Any other Capsuleer you kill is very likely to drop nearly everything it's carrying or has fit. This does of course mean that you will also drop more loot, so be wary during this event as you will notice a large increase in gate campers and high-sec gankers. If you enjoyed this video or found any of this information useful, then please head over to my channel where I post videos regularly covering my adventures around New Eden. Remember to like and subscribe or I'll gank you in high-sec.